Hi, welcome back to Serious Yoga. Today in our video, it's the top 25 most common used yoga poses. So this is the third video in this series. We started with 10, then we went to 20, and now we're just slowly adding. And this video is much more of a flow. So instead of me sort of just teaching all of the different moves, this time we're really going to be moving them and putting them in a routine. It should be still relatively easy to do for the most part, nothing too strenuous or difficult. So this could be a great slow and easy day for you, or again, if you're new to yoga, it should be a really great tutorial to get you feeling confident in yoga so that you can continue to take classes and practice on your own and watch videos online and feel like you know what's going on. So let's get started. All right, we're going to start in a seated position that feels comfortable for you and ground ourselves in that seated position. And so really feel present with your mat right now. Hands are on your knees. Your heart is above your hips, your head above your heart. Nice long spine, relaxed face, relaxed shoulders, and watching your breath. Observing your breath. You can place a hand on your belly and a hand on your heart as a way to connect to yourself and be here now. Inhale up and interlace your hands up and reaching up to the sky, but try to keep a relaxed shoulders and relaxed face and neck. We're going to tilt slightly to one side, and I'm looking up to the ceiling as a reminder that I'm not collapsing over. It's just a small movement. Take it back. Interlace the opposite direction with your hands and tilt to the other side. Gently, a small tilt, opening up the body. Inhale, exhale, release it down. Walk your hands out in front of you as we get a nice open stretch in both hips. I'm down pretty far because I'm feeling pretty flexible today, but you may just be where your hands are right in front of your knees. And go ahead and move over to one side, stretching out your knee, your hip on the opposite side, not your knee. We don't stretch our knees. And bring it back up. Switch which foot is in front in your cross. Inhale up, bring your hands all the way down, stretch forward, feeling a good stretch in your hips, waking up that part of your body, and breathing nice and relaxed. And move to the other side, feeling a stretch in the opposite hip. And slowly bring yourself back to seated position. Arms up overhead. This time we're going to take your left hand to your right knee, placing your right hand behind you, and just sit up nice and tall. Take in some nice breaths, and as you inhale, you elongate your spine. As you exhale, you settle into that nice stretch. Make it really easy here. We're not winning for a pretzel today. Breathing, relaxed. Inhale it back up again. This time your right hand comes over to your left knee and your left hand is behind you, pushing into the ground, sitting up nice and tall, and just a nice gentle stretch to start with. If you can get in twists in a nice healthy way, it'll do you good in the future. Bring yourself to your hands and knees position. We're going to do cat-cow by exhaling and pushing your back up and rounding up. And inhale the opposite direction, hips up, and go back and forth in a nice, easy way. Follow your own breath, warming up the middle torso area of your body. And when you get to a nice neutral position, we're going to put our hands in front of us, curl our toes under, and push back into downward dog, but keep your knees generously bent. Really focus on having a long line from the back of your wrists all the way to your hips, as if someone's pulling your hips out and back. And you can see I'm pedaling my feet out, just trying to get a lot of blood moving. Walk yourself to the front and bring yourself into forward fold. Clasp your elbows and relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Let your knees be generously bent because your hamstrings probably are not very warmed up right now. So just be gentle and easy here. Inhale, create a flat back. And exhale, take it back down to forward fold. Inhale, curl it all the way up top. Inhale up and exhale, hands to your heart. And now we're going to be in mountain pose. So again, rooting yourself deep into the ground in a nice long string of energy all the way up your spine, up to the top of your head. Shoulders are back and down, relaxed. Inhale it up. And exhale, take it to forward fold. Relaxed. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, and we're going to bring it back to our hands and knees, but then scooch forward so you have a straight line from the back of your neck down to the knees. Chaturanga, this is new. It's kind of like a push-up, but your elbows are hugged in to your ribs, and they're back a little bit further. And now feel like you're pushing your feet against a wall. Lift up a little bit into baby cobra, and then push back into downward dog. That's going to be our vinyasa sequence today, nice and easy. Now take your left foot and walk it forward. I'm really walking it super slowly forward. And that back heel is up, and we're in crescent. And now you can see I try to have my hips tucked under so that I have a nice open chest, long spine, and I'm not smashing my lower back. And you can have your feet a little closer together to help with that. Arms are overhead, nice and relaxed shoulders. You can wiggle your legs a little bit to make sure that you're in a good position. And I put my hands by my heart. And now we're going to windmill it down, take it into downward dog. I love that move. So hopefully that starts to feel comfortable for you. And now walk, baby walk that right one up to crescent on the other side. Bring yourself up to a position. And here, take a moment to just get yourself in a good position. Have your hips in the right position, nice long spine, arms overhead, breathing nice and regularly. Bounce those legs around just very gently to get yourself in a nice open position. Hands by your heart. And this time we're going to rock it to the front of the mat. It's another way to get back there. So mountain pose, inhale it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands planted. Bring yourself back down to your plank. So very flat, straight back. Chaturanga, take it down. And we're going to inhale, baby cobra, nice long spine, no smashing of the lower back. And exhale, bring yourself back slowly into downward dog. Breathing here, breathing in and out. Now we're going to walk that left foot forward again, and this time pivot on the back foot, and you're going to windmill your hands up into warrior two. Now open hips, open chest, open arms. Take yourself down just as far as your knee will go over your ankle, and you feel like you can be nice and open. I'm moving a block in position for our next few moves, and I highly recommend using a block at this most of the time, really. We're going to go into side angle pose, and I'm going into it really nice and gently. So ideally, you want to have your elbow on your knee, and my arm is up, and my whole goal is I'm trying to have my ribs stacked. I'm trying to have an open chest. So no matter what position I'm in, the point is that I'm not... my hips are open and my chest is open. I'm not collapsing. A lot of times people try to get into a pose and they will collapse. Bring yourself back to warrior two. Hike your hips back. Both legs are straight. And this time your hand slowly goes down your leg and to bring you into triangle. Again, I'm showing the wrong way to do triangle right there, where you're trying to get low but you're collapsing. So open up the chest. Use a block. Put your hand on your thigh, as long as you're nice and open. Bring it back up to warrior two, and I'm moving my block out of the way. I'm going to windmill it back down to downward dog. I love doing that move. That's fun. Same thing on the other side. So walk that right foot up, pivot on the back foot, and windmill those hands up, and we're going to bring it into warrior two on the other side. Same sequence as before. Adjust your clothing as needed. Open hips. Your hips are, your chest is open and your shoulders are down. Breathing regularly. Check your foot position nice and strong in both feet. And now we're going to bring that elbow down onto the knee, lift the other arm up, and just focus on having an open chest, feeling like your back is against a wall. You can put your hand on your hip there because that'll really help you to turn your hips or your chest rather, and keep it in a good alignment. And once again, I'm kind of showing a few different options of how you can have your arms and hand position and use the block. And bring yourself back up to warrior two and kick your hips back, and we're going to take it into triangle position. Once again, just slowly bring that hand down your leg and stop when you've gotten into a position where you're feeling like your chest can't be open anymore. And I wiggled my right knee so that you could see that even though my legs are straight, I haven't locked my knees. And bring it back up to warrior two. And we're going to windmill it back down to downward dog. There we go. Inhale, exhale, get comfortable in this position. Really focus on pushing your hips up and back and a long spine. Walk it forward to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, take it down. And now we're going to sit back in chair. So you're on the heels. You've got your heels kind of close together and you're sitting back. Adjust your clothing. Nice open chest. And our arms are overhead. You don't sit as far back in chair as you do like in a squat at the gym. Stand up, inhale. Exhale, hands to the side. Inhale it up. And sit back in a chair. This is a sun salutation B. So it's another way to get yourself through these vinyasas. Inhale, exhale, take it down, and bring yourself back into plank position on your knees. And chaturanga, take it down. And inhale, baby cobra. I'm showing upward dog, which is a little bit hovering off the ground. And exhale, bring yourself into downward dog. All right, we're going to try one of my favorite moves here. It's basically you bring your left foot forward and you have both feet facing together and you're just in a wide-legged forward fold. That's really what you are. Your head and neck is relaxed. Your legs are far apart. You're stretching your legs in a different way. Go over to your left side, grab your left ankle, and now I've got my left hand on my hip. And if you want and it works for you, you can start to twist. But once again, be gentle with your twists like we practiced in the beginning of the video. And walk your hands over to the other side, to the right ankle. And take a little twist if you want, or just hang on to your ankle and feel the stretch in the back of the legs. And bring it back center, breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Place your hands on your hips when you're ready, pushing down with your feet, flat back, stand up, and heel toe back to center. We're going to do a standing balance pose. This is called tree. So I want you to put all of your weight into your right foot, and the left one comes up, nice tall spine, and choose the hand position that's good for you with your foot. If it's just your toe is touching the floor, great. If it's barely coming up the calf, great. Hand position and foot position on your leg is sort of your choice. So find what feels good on this side. Breathe, find a focal point, and bring all your energy over to the other side now. Root yourself with that heel and slowly find that position on the other side. My hip on this side isn't nearly as open, so it took me a while to be able to bring my foot up this high. And I finally could do it after practicing for a while. So everybody can get a little bit more flexible over time. Find that focal point, root yourself deeply with your heel, a nice long energy going up all the way through your body, and go ahead and bring it down. So there's our balance pose tree. Take it to the front of the mat, inhale, bring it up, and sit back into chair, bring it down to forward fold. Inhale, flat back, exhale, take it down, and we're just going to bring it back into child's pose for a minute. Just hang out here, sitting back on your heels and relax. Have your forehead on the ground and just relax a little bit here. Breathing in and out. You can have your hands behind you or in front of you. There's many different options. All right, plant your hands once again in front of you. Take it back into downward dog. We're almost done with it, I promise. We're going to try something though. So bring yourself to your hands and knees, and we're going to come over to one side with that bottom knee bent, top leg is straight, and I'm getting into side angle pose. This is side plank pose, sorry about that. And nice open chest once again, that's like the theme, open chest, long spine. And bring it back to hands and knees and on the other side. So the bottom knee is bent and the top leg is straight, and I just have an open chest. And as you get stronger, both of your legs can be straight, but you just sort of build up to it, and there's lots of intermediary positions as well. Bring it back, push into downward dog. Breathing deeply. And now we're going to go into pigeon pose. This is another new one. So you're going to bring your left knee to your left wrist, and then you're going to just sort of sit back, and this is a huge hip stretch. If it hurts your knee, don't do it at all, but it should just be a good stretch for your hips. And you just sit up with a nice tall back, and you lean forward, walk your hands forward just a little bit, but you should still get a good stretch. You don't need to feel like you're lying flat on the floor or doing something terribly exotic. Breathing, opening that hip up, relaxing that muscle. Transition by going into downward dog, and then now the other side. So now your right knee is going up to your right wrist, and nice tall back. Breathing into the hip, relaxing that muscle. Nice and easy with the stretching. All of these stretches are so important. A lot of times we think of exercise as being calories burned. We're going to go into cobbler's pose here. The nice tall upper body. We've got our pulling our feet together towards our groins, and just a very gentle pull forward. We often think of exercise as how many calories you burned and everything like that, but yoga is just a different way of taking care of your body. That includes taking care of your joints and your muscles. And so we stretch and put ourselves in all sorts of positions. Straighten out your legs and arms up, and with real relaxed knees, we're going to bring it forward into staff pose. As you can tell, I really try to keep my legs relaxed so that I can get a nice good stretch here. Breathing, opening up the backs of your legs, relaxing those muscles instead of tensing them, and gently bring yourself back up. Now, with bent knees, I'm going to have my hands behind me to show boat pose. And this is one way to do it. You bring your feet up. You have a nice tight tummy, open chest. You're not collapsing or rounding. Or you can grab underneath your knees. And if you're feeling pretty good, you have good balance, you're feeling comfortable and strong, and you can try releasing your hands. But the key is that you're not hurting your lower back or rounding or losing your form. Slowly transition back the way you came. And now we're going to scooch forward and lie on our back. Just a couple more moves before we finish off. We're going to go into bridge pose. We're going to tuck your hips under and push down with your heels so much that your hips lift off the ground, and it's like a reverse plank where you've got from your knees to your neck is a straight line. And I'm interlacing my fingers underneath me and getting up on my shoulders. And exhale, bring it down. Grab your knees, hug your knees, rock side to side. Release the pressure in the back of the body. And take it to happy baby. This is a slight variation. You're pushing your knees down by grabbing your feet or your toes and pushing your legs apart and your knees down almost into your armpits. And now we're going to grab our right knee, let our left leg go straight. Take that right knee across your body. Both of your arms and shoulders are pinned to the ground though, so you're getting a real spinal twist here. You might get a stretch in your hips, but it's really a spinal twist. Breathe and relax. And bring that knee back up. Grab the other knee, switch. Now you're hugging your left knee. Bring that left knee across the body. Once again, try to keep your upper torso against the mat. You can extend your hands and even look at that opposite hand to get a good spinal twist. It's a great way to end, stretching everything out. And bring both those knees back up. And we're going to let the knees fall to the side to goddess pose, a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. And just start to get in touch with your breathing. Relax, let your knees fall away. Let your muscles start to relax. This can be a great relaxation position. And now slowly bring yourself into Shavasana. Legs are straight, arms at the side. Relax your face and slowly from the top of your head down to the bottom of your toes, relaxing all of your body. And start to be mindful of your breathing. Notice the rise and fall of your breath. Very natural. And enjoy the good benefits that you have done for your body. All of these little movements as we go through our day where we tend to be sitting in a chair or standing in place, our body is just not meant to be that way. And so all the different yoga moves that we're learning are our bodies thanking us for that stretching, that strengthening, and we just try to do them really good with good form and ease into it so that we are honoring our body and not slamming it around. And continue to stay in Shavasana. And now bend your knees and let them fall to one side, cradling your head as you slowly bring yourself up to a seated position. Thank you for joining us. Please hit like and share if you're enjoying these videos, and we'll make more.